next round. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this sport at this particular point is like a gunfight. If you win, you stay in. If you lose, you put it on a trailer and go home. Each week, you must defend the #1 title, and Bigfoot has done it all year long.
Here's Dave with Bigfoot driver Jim KRAMER.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, as he turns around and takes off that collar. I want to ask you, Jim, I tell you, with the collar on, you must get bounced around in there quite a bit.
Yes, we do. We take a heck of a beating these days. The tracks are getting faster and the trucks are getting better and the competition is getting stiffer, and it's taking its toll on us drivers.
All right, now you've just won this first heat. You expect, of course, to win tonight. Who do you think is going to be your toughest competition here in the Hoosierdome?
Well, after the preliminary round, I think I got about 3 people there. I won't mention their names right now. I don't want to give them an edge and let them know I'm worrying about them. But we got some good people here, my wife and family here. I'm going to try to do a good job for them.
All right, Jim KRAMER, the driver of Bigfoot. He wants to win it bad. Back to you, Army.
Thank you very much. Bigfoot stays alive. Who comes out next? It'll be the Clydesdale Chevrolet going up against the Mad Dog. Watch for Breen to make a little bit stronger shot. Definitely capable of it. One of the lightest monster trucks on the circuit, the Mad Dog, trying to stay alive with the heartbeat of America on the Redman Tour. Bennett trying to come back on him. Breen down a little bit, trying to work the far side. Comes off with a win. So the Mad Dog advances. Clydesdale will go on the trailer.
Mad Dog wins it. John Breen and his Chevy rig will advance to face Bigfoot in the next round.
It is the biggest, the tallest, the heaviest, the longest truck on the Monster Truck Tour. Runs a diesel engine. That'll be the blue truck working off the left lane. Leslie Anderson doing the driving. He'll be going up against the Gold Dust Express of Herb Weikmeister out of Michigan, trying to make a name for himself in the sport. In order to do it, he must get back by the long, tall Texan to advance to the next round. Hole shot, Gold Dust Express. Now watch the Texas Toy start to make a move right about now. Texas Toy. Now, he runs a diesel engine. We explained to you, does not have a lot of power. Right, he has a lot of power, but doesn't have the torque to jump off the starting line. That's the way the truck drives. It drives best that way. He kind of rolls it about half the course and really starts to dial the horsepower in on the awesome Texas truck. At about 3/4 track, it's exactly what he did that time.
All right, climbing down out of the Texas Toy cab, Leslie Anderson. Leslie, how about a big smile for the folks here in Indianapolis?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're a long way from home. I'll tell you, great run. It's going to be tough competition here tonight in the Hoosierdome.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be real tough.
All right, who do you think you're going to go up against in the next round?
It's no telling.
Well, you'd like to beat Bigfoot, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Is he the man that every monster truck driver would like to beat?
Yes, sir, it is. Everybody wants to beat Bigfoot.
Why run a Detroit diesel?
Because I like diesel.
Like diesel, you think they can compete with the V8 gasoline engines?
Yes, sir. I just got to do a little bit more.
All right, Leslie Anderson, the Texas Toy. He'll be back.
Scott Hess backing Hercules up to the starting position. He'll be running against Gentle Ben with Reed Thompson at the wheel. The winner will have his work cut out for him, meeting Texas Toy in the next heat.
Hole shot by Hercules. Good land. Another good land. Look at this. Hercules really looking strong. Now Gentle Ben starts to come back. Hercules will take the win. So out of Auburn, Indiana, Scott Hess stays alive. Ben will go out of the building. Only the strong survive on the TNT Redman Tour.
Here's Dave with the winning driver, Scott Hess.
From Auburn, Indiana, Scott, congratulations. A good run. You looked a little reckless out there. What happened?
Well, them dirt piles are really tough. You hit them and you never know where you're going to go.
All right, what's the secret to winning this kind of competition here at the nationwide Hoosierdome event?
Just hold her to the floor and hope you stay on the track.
Hold her to the floor, hopes he stays on the track. He'll be back. He'd love to beat Bigfoot here tonight. That's who you want to beat, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
All right, Scott Hess from Northern Indiana. Back to you, Army.
Representing the Chevrolet people in the Crimson Giant out of Missouri, going up against a Pearl, Mississippi native, Mr. Dale Harris. Now, last week, Charlotte, North Carolina, Harris finished in the #2 spot with Casper. King Kong, another Texas Ford, won that event. Bigfoot was not in attendance, so Dale Harris knows he has the potential, but in order to do it, he has to nail Starving Marvin Smith to the starting line. Toyota versus Chevrolet. Indianapolis, Indiana, who's it going to be? Side by side. Mississippi, white Toyota. Missouri, red. Chevrolet. Starving Marvin are going against Dale Harris. They're waiting for a green light on the end of the track.
Dale Harris backing CASPER carefully into the starting position. It's vitally important that all four wheels be lined up straight for a good shot out of the hole.
Both drivers waiting patiently on the starting line. Mike Snyder checks everything, looks for a green. Showtime, here we go, hole shot. Smith comes out. Smith takes the win for the Chevrolets. How about it, Chevrolet people? Marvin can hear you now. Let's give him a big round of applause, putting Chevrolet into the next round of eliminations out of Missouri. The Crimson Giant. Marvin Smith goes to Dave Grimm for his interview.
All right, Marvin Smith climbing out of the cab of this big USA 1 Today's Chevrolet. Marvin, come on in here. You got to be really happy. A great run, and I'll tell you, it takes a while for you guys to get unbuckled out of the cab. It isn't like it was a couple of years ago, is it, monster truck racing?
No, it's entirely different now. You got all the safety equipment on. You got to be strapped in, neck braces, arm braces, helmets. Takes a while to get out of it.
All right, at the same time, are you also building the trucks a lot stouter and beefing them up a lot?
Oh, definitely so. You know, every week you can see it. You change this, you change that. It gets a little bit better and better and better.
Marvin Smith, you were awfully good here tonight. You think you can go all the way?
I hope so.
All right, who would you like to beat?
Whoever's in second.
All right, he wants to be number one. Marvin Smith from Arlo, Missouri.
Pulling for Bigfoot. How many people would like to see the big gun get shot down tonight? Shot down by the Mad Dog Chevrolet of John Bream.
Army, this is the show that everybody's been waiting for tonight. Breen against Bigfoot. It'll be a showdown of Ford versus Chevrolet. It's anybody's ball game. Breen wants to win it bad.
Both drivers watching for a green light on the end of the track. Watch for a hole shot by the Chevrolet. Bream can pull both triggers. He's got nothing to lose, everything to gain for the Chevrolet. And a little bit slow, Bigfoot, a good shot. Bigfoot advances to the next round. John Bream will go on the trailer. We told you, just like a gunfight, every week you stay alive. If you survive, you lose, you go on the trailer. So a fine job of driving by Jim KRAMER by driving Bob Chandler's awesome vehicle.
Army, Jim KRAMER down here at trackside. And Jim KRAMER, as he unbuckles, it wasn't even close. You blew his doors off. What happened?
Well, just kind of a preliminary run to get ready for the big boys, because these guys did not come here to play. They want to run hard, so we got to run hard.
All right, you ran on that left track. It looks like the left track has been a real winner's track tonight. You almost got pretty high on the back end when you came over the cars. What happened then?
Almost.
Almost. All right. He wants to win it bad. Number one in the hearts of the people here at the nationwide Hoosierdome event. Back to you, Army.
The next heat will pit Leslie Anderson and his Texas toy against Scott Hess and Hercules. Scott is an Indiana boy and a real hometown favorite here tonight in Indianapolis. The crowd would love to see him put down the Texas 4.
The whole shot put on by the Indiana Hercules vehicle. Scott Hess now watch the Texas Monster come back on him. Not going to do it. Indiana takes the win. As an upset right there, a home state boy, Scott Hess advances to the next round of eliminations, putting Anderson on the trailer. Who will be coming out in the next round of the monster trucks? It looks like it'll be a Mississippi vehicle. Dale Harris. Now remember, after this round, you will have 3 winners. In order to even to show up, the quickest losing time will come back and fill in the 4th place spot.
Army, Scott Hess down here with me at trackside. Scott, you won against the Texas toy. It was a battle right to the end. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much. He's really tough. He gets going about halfway.
All right, you went awfully good tonight, too. You really got your foot into the accelerator. What's the secret of success here tonight to winning this Hoosierdome event?
To stay on the track.
Stay on the track, put the foot in the throttle, and go like heck, right?
That's right.
That's what he's going to do, go like heck. Back to you, Army.
Thank you very much. Representing the Chevrolet camp out of Missouri, Marvin Smith. We call him Starvin' Marvin. He'll be driving the red Chevrolet, the Crimson Giant. Setting off to his left, on his left hip, out of Pearl, Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen, the CASPER, the Toyota, the #1 Toyota monster truck in the country. Dale Harris doing the driving. You win, you stay alive. Only the quickest loser out of the 4 will be able to come back into the next round of eliminations. Texas Toy backing up, all being brought to you by the fine people from Hewlett Chevrolet and the Nationwide Auto Parts Store. Hole shot. Oh, the Crimson Giant's got to come back. Dale Harris put a hole shot on him. Now the Chevrolet starts to move. Harris trying to work Chevrolet. Smith takes the win. So Dale comes back. Dale Harris laid a hole shot on Marvin Smith. Smith worked it back.
All right, Army's climbing down from the truck right now. Marvin Smith from Arnold, Missouri, the driver of the Crimson Giant. Come on in here, Marvin. All right, tell everybody here in the Hoosierdome and on ESPN how you won that round here tonight.
Very carefully. Tough.
Is it getting tougher with every round?
It's getting tough out there. I came out of the hole behind him. I dropped the light late. I almost didn't catch him. I barely caught him on that.
All right, now how important is to get off the line very quickly?
It means everything. That means everything. If you come out of the hole and if you got enough horsepower, you stay ahead. But I came out behind him. I just had to floor it and hang on.
All right, you going to have enough horsepower to win this thing tonight?
Well, let's hope so.
All right, Marvin Smith, he still feels confident.
The first run of the semifinals, Indiana's own Scott Hess and Hercules versus Bigfoot.
Chevrolet versus Ford. The kid going against the old-timer. The young kid trying to knock off the old gunfighter. The old gunfighter's Bigfoot. Hole shot by Hercules. Bigfoot comes out. Bigfoot stays alive. Hercules. Scott doing a fine job out of Auburn, Indiana, not able to put the man away.
Another awesome run by Bigfoot, but it may have taken a toll. The big Ford came down hard on the front wheels and something gave way under the impact. Jim KRAMER is checking the front wheel drive shaft for damage. Let's go to Dave at trackside and find out exactly what the problem is.
We've got Jim KRAMER down here right now. Jim, all of a sudden after your run, a lot of guys going underneath the truck. Did you break something?
I broke the front drive shaft U-joint. I can pull it out and run 2-wheel drive if they'll let me do it.
All right, well, I'll tell you, it's going to be will you be able to do as well on a 2-wheel drive as you would in a 4-wheel drive?
Well, if I can keep the truck on the ground, get my timing right, maybe.
All right, Bigfoot with problems here tonight at the Hoosierdome. He says he can come back in 2-wheel drive and give it a good shot. Good luck, Jim.
Thank you.
Smith's truck's going during the month of December. It'll be in the paint shop at Bob Taylor's shop down in Louisville, Kentucky for a whole new candy brandy wine paint combination. Sitting next to him out of Corpus Christi, Texas, the diesel-powered vehicle, the Texas Toy. Now remember, we explained a little bit ago about the Toy, how it does not leap off the starting line, but when it goes over that second jump, it will have some ground speed and will come after you. Marvin Smith looks out the doors, making sure that everything, all the wheels are straight. Watch after the second jump. If the Texas Toy is going to get him, he's got to come after him on the second jump. Dialed in the horsepower on the other end, so Starvin' Marvin goes on the trailer. Anderson stays alive with the Texas Toy out of Corpus Christi. How about it, Ford people? What do you say? You're looking awfully good right now.
All right, as he climbs down, the Texas Toy, he's happy, he's excited. And I tell you, the fans love you here in Indiana. Now, tell us, you look like you got off the line late, and then halfway through your run, you caught up, took the lead, and won. Tell us how it went.
Yeah, it was kind of, slow coming off the line. It's always slow coming off, but it always gains it up when it gets towards the end.
Does the smoothness, your truck never is real radical. It doesn't bounce a lot. It seems to be real smooth. Does that help?
Yeah, it does some, but it weighs so heavy. You're talking about 23,780 pounds, something like that. And it's just, it's got to stick to the ground.
Yeah, he's stuck to the ground, 23,000 pounds worth. He'll be back.
Bigfoot is running without power in the front wheels, and that's going to make the big Ford extremely hard to handle.
like the color blue and you like Fords, you got to be tickled to death with this final, I tell you. How many people think Bigfoot can still win the championship? How many people think Texas Toy is going to upset Bigfoot? Watch for a hole shot. Kramer's got to come out smoking. He'll pull both triggers off of that right lane. Watches for the green light. Showtime. Here we go. Kramer comes out. Now, here comes a Texas Toy. Oh, look at Kramer. Kramer goes over.
It looks like oil running out at the front end. Bob Chandler is down here, the owner of Bigfoot. They've got the fire extinguishers. They had a small fire at the rear end of the vehicle. The cab is totally demolished. Unbelievable. Jim Kramer.
Replay on the screen, Dave. Replay at this time on the screen. You might call it from there. You take it, Dave.
All right, you can see Bigfoot really got high now when he goes over the cars. He got higher than he has ever been tonight. Now look at him really fly through the air on the replay. Look how high he is. As he comes down, he'll take a big bounce. He'll take a very big bounce, and we'll try to get a word in with him. Right there he goes, just like a bucking bronco out there, and she went up and over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the driver. I have him down here for a trackside interview, Jim Kramer. First thing I want to ask, has this ever happened in the history of Bigfoot monster truck competition?
I rolled it over inside once, the first time I ever rolled it over forward. I really had to apologize. To Bob Chandler for doing that to his truck. I didn't have a front drive shaft, as you know. I couldn't get on the gas and help myself out of a bad situation. I got up in there, I played the odds, I lost.
Did you at any time ever touch the brakes?
No, that's the worst thing I could have done. It would have been a very violent rollover had I done that. I tried to let it coast out, but there was so much momentum and my tail end was coming over the top that had I touched the brakes, it would have just thrown me over. So the best thing I could do is ride it out, which I did. I just didn't have enough going for me, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you, we're just glad that you're standing right next to me right now. It's really demolished the top. We saw fuel, we saw oil running out. They're going to right side the truck back up. I know you're very nervous right now. We're just glad you're here right now. We can always replace the trucks, but we can't replace the drivers. And Jim, always a great show. Ladies and gentlemen, he's down here. He's alive and well. There he is, Jim Kramer, Bigfoot. Jim Kramer. He's a little shaken right now, Army, but he's just glad that he's alive. He crawled out pretty easily. We're going to try to get a word in with Bob Chandler now.
They're pulling Bigfoot over now, and we'll be able to see just how bad the damage is. Jim Kramer is a very lucky man to have been able to walk away from that one. Down at trackside, Dave is talking with Bob Chandler, the man who created Bigfoot, the original monster truck almost 15 years ago.
If he would have had his front wheel drive, he would have pulled out even fine. But we pulled it out to finish his race, and that just blew it.
He really flew over the cars that last time.
That's Jim's style, though. He does good. He likes to go all out for it. So crowd likes it, and he likes doing it. So.
Well, we didn't expect this. I'll tell you, it was a real crowd pleaser, but please don't do it again.
I don't want to. Thank you.
Bob Chandler, ladies and gentlemen, the man that came up with Bigfoot way back in 1973, right down here.